Hey, what's up, y'all? Good morning. Blake here. Welcome back to the channel. Got some more NBA props we're going to look at here today on PrizePicks. As always, if y'all are new to PrizePicks, use this promo code down below to sign up. That'll match your first deposit instantly up to $100. First time users, y'all be sure to hop on that. All right. So, gave out our Friday picks, was our last picks we gave out, and we cashed both of those. So, with Cam Thomas assists, went over on that, and then Josh Giddey's points. Saw that one coming from a mile away, cashed over on that as well. So that's pretty good. We're up to what is it, 5-1. We were at 3-1, up to a 5-1 run, 4-0 on our last two videos. So we'll keep it on. We'll keep it chugging here. Today's board, not a very great one. A lot of blowouts expected. Memphis, Detroit, two teams that aren't playing for shit right now. Portland, another team, not really playing for anything. A lot of blowouts, kind of expected. Either teams that aren't really playing for anything or some blowouts. Boston, Charlotte, Phoenix, New Orleans, and Atlanta, Chicago should be our two good games tonight. And Indiana, Brooklyn, of course. But even a 12.5 point spread on that. Anyways, two picks we're going to look at here today, and we'll hop on into it. The first one that we're going to look at is actually going to be on one of our not so great games that we're expecting. Boston, Charlotte is where we're going to go first. But I'm not taking an over, right? So I think that's our safest thing to do here. It's going to be Tatum, and we're going to go under his 2.5 turnovers. So I'm going to take less, like can be a 2 or less here tonight. Take a look at his last 5. All right, so start rattling off some of these stats here for you. Going up against Charlotte, like we said, Charlotte really not playing for anything. The Celtics have already clinched the 1 seed. We take a look over here, see Charlotte out of playoff contention. Celtics, Milwaukee couldn't even, even if they win out, they don't have enough games left because the Celtics have an 11-game lead right now on Milwaukee. So the Celtics could lose out all season and still sit at the number 1 seed. So even the Celtics don't have a ton to play for except for just, record on paper and then pride, I guess. But they've already got their playoffs set. So with that being said, I don't expect heavy minutes from Tatum, but also you can't really just weigh down. You can't dig your heels in on just that because lately he's been getting still hella minutes. I don't know why. I guess just trying to still fight off Milwaukee, but they're, like I said, they're done for. So I would not be surprised if Jason Tatum gets, less than 30 minutes tonight against Charlotte. There's no point in keeping him in the game. So that's a factor. Also, even if he does get heavy minutes, it should be a blowout anyways. We've got Boston favored by 17. That also points to Tatum getting pulled early. And then 2, it's Charlotte. Charlotte's they're not any kind of defensive threat. They're only forcing 13 turnovers per game as a team. That's average in the league, a little below average. They're 17th in the league for that. I would expect Boston's role players more to get involved here. Drew Holiday may. Some of their bench guys come off the bench. They may kind of come in and do their thing a bit more. I just don't see Tatum in very many positions to get over on these turnovers. But like I said, still a really ugly matchup. I see him getting pulled early. Only thing that might hurt this is if Jaylen Brown doesn't play. I don't know what his game time decision is about, but if Jaylen Brown's not in, obviously that means that Jason Tatum has the ball in his hands more, and maybe the rotation is a little tighter for Tatum. But yeah, I'm just not buying in. Even if Charlotte, like I said, if Charlotte wins this game, it means nothing for either team. It means absolutely nothing. So playing Tatum heavy minutes just wouldn't make much sense to me. So I'm gonna go ahead and just take the under. Like I said, even if it was a close competitive game, I don't think Charlotte's taking the ball from Tatum, forcing him to turn over 3 times. So give me the under there. That's gonna be pick number 1. Pick number 2 that we're gonna be taking a look at here is going to be over in the Atlanta-Chicago game. In my opinion, should be the best game of the day. It's going to be DeJounte Murray, of course. Who else? Over 9 assists. This was at 8.5. It's at 8.5 on the books. Really heavy juice to go over, so the books are expecting 9 out of him as well. Going up against Chicago, like we said, the standings are Atlanta is the 10 seed right now, so they're the very last team that is at right now. There's only 10 teams, include playoff and play-in. There's only 10 teams. Atlanta right now sits at the 10. Chicago's at the 9, so they are neck and neck right now, just fighting for playoff spot, or even at the play-in tournament, just fighting for seed advantage. Chicago has a 1.5 game lead. So Atlanta, if they win this game, Chicago drops, they advance. They're still at the 10, but then they're only a half game, which was 1 game away from taking that spot at the 9. Anyway, just a lot to play for here. Still a lot to play for. Very much to play for here. These two teams did play in February. DeJounte Murray did have 9 assists, and that was with Trae Young. So that in itself should say enough right there for me. With Trae Young on the floor, DeJounte Murray still had 9 assists, and Trae Young had 14 assists. So if we move DeJounte Murray now to that point guard position like he is playing, we can assume that he soaks up a lot of that 14 assists that Trae Young got against this team. Plus, he still had 9 of his own. So we should absolutely see 11, 12 assists from him here tonight. For surely 9, I would think. Chicago is 25th in the league in assists allowed to the point guard, giving up 9.5 per game. Without Trae Young in, DeJounte Murray clears in 7 of his last 9. But if you want to look at the whole season sample size, 23 games without Trae Young, he clears in 15 of those 23. And without Trae Young, DeJounte Murray's average assists is 9. So, of course, that includes heavy minutes, getting pulled early, all different kinds of stuff. So, again, in this competitive matchup, a ton to play for. I definitely see DeJounte Murray getting 9 assists again. Also, Trae Young's off the court, so that's 14 assists there that potentially go to who? I'm going with my boy right here. So that's going to be the 2 picks right there. DeJounte Murray over his 9. Jason Tatum under 2.5 turnovers. So let me know what y'all think about these. Sub to the channel for helping you and all. Let's go for 7-1. Good luck, everyone. Hope y'all cash. Later.